Barnsley interchange and railway station. The glassworks were supposed to be developed around 2008-2009. Because of the banks crashing and the big crash, the project got stopped because they didn't have the funding. It was restarted sort of mid to 2015 sort of thing, where they demolished a lot of the old market but kept a bit of the superstructure over the other side to cut costs, and then rebuilt the glass house. They started demolishing most of the old Barnsley market in 2015 and started redeveloping the town centre. They kept some of the superstructure of the old market to cut costs, and because there were no need to replace it, and built the new market in there, and then the new bit is where they built the glass house for the new shopping centre. They built a big multi-storey car park, which the only problem with that, there's only 2 lifts and they're quite small, and on a weekend there's normally a very big queue to get in them lifts. They built a multi-screen Cinemax, Cineworld, which luckily the old cinema's still going as well. This statue's for the people that work for the council, in commemoration of them childcare shop, council workers, bus drivers, transport workers and cleaners. That's the cinema, and that goes into the shopping centre. They knocked down the old library to build a new part of the college. So the library now is down here, which is quite good. I'm going to go into Barnsley Market and have a walk round. A lot of this is part of the old market superstructure, which I don't think you can really see its age. But they did do it up quite well. Right. My mum used to come here back in 70s and 80s for material for doing curtains and stuff like that. Nowadays we B&M and TK Maxx and all that, you can get them stuff pretty cheap compared to having them made these days. We're going into Market Kitchen. This is a little food hall. This is the part of the original building. Got kiosks over there, open from early morning, doing breakfast and lunches and that sort of thing. And then you've got an Indian and other things that are open on a night. This place closes by 11 o'clock at night. It's got a bar and little eateries. They are expensive. When they first came in, they weren't that expensive, but now they're really expensive. Miro Asian pizza, bento, May's Turkish kitchen, Rumble, and the Jar. And that's the bar. If you want your breakfast al fresco, there's an outside area. There's dollies over there for your desserts and ice cream. We're back downstairs. So most days there's markets on the outside as well. Another entrance to the market. So Monday to Saturday 8:30 till 4, closed Sunday. But the place where you eat and drink, that's open on a Sunday. You can go up there, get a breakfast. The Alhambra shopping centre was the mainstay for Barnsley shopping until this were built. And shops were moving out then, way before the glass house were built. And Alhambra now is a bit dead. But the NHS has taken over some of the buildings to do procedures and stuff like x-rays, scans, that sort of thing, which is going to be good because the parking here is quite good, whereas up at the hospital parking's pretty atrocious. It's early morning, it's only 9 o'clock, so some places aren't open yet. Queue for Prime Army. There's these little stalls in the middle which are mainly phone and phone repair, tablet repair. Civic, where you can take your stuff to sell and get ripped off. So downstairs is pretty vibrant and busy, especially when stuff's open. It's up here where a lot of places have closed down or have been shut down for the development for the NHS. There were a lot of shops empty before, and it was a bit sparse up here to begin with, but they've closed odd one down which were filling in the gaps so that they can develop it. which over the past sort of 10-15 years a lot of NHS stuff has been put in like industrial parks and that sort of thing. There's one in Chapeltown where you can go for your x-rays and scans and stuff instead of going to Northern General Hospital. The car parking in Alhambra and the lifts are really good compared to the glass house. Back down on the bottom now. That statue of Kes from the film Kes.
That I'll ever know, and think to myself,
what a wonderful day. Good singer. Nice little coffee shop, coffee 200. Expensive, but nice coffee. Go to some of these places, expensive coffees, but they taste like tap water. Now this is a NHS development. It's Barnsley Community Diagnostic Centre. So you can come here for your bloods doing, x-rays, eye investigations. Another entrance into market. Barnsley's my adopted town. I'm originally from Sheffield. A little place north of Sheffield called Deepcar, which if you're posh, it's Deepcar. We call it Deepcar. I'm a bit wobbly with camera this morning. That's a private dental studio. You go through there to the lifts, and then they're not really that big. There's some shops in here that's not being taken. But if you go places like Wakefield city centre's pretty dead. There's dollies down here as well. And my kids' favourite shop, TK Maxx. Back in.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's the back line. Yeah. So from here.
Library's open 9 till 7, 9 till 5 Thursday, Friday, 9:30 till 4 on a Saturday. When it first opened, it was 24 hours it were open. But I think they got a lot of vagrants in. You got Super Bowl, Nando's and all other outlets. Fridays. I mean, I've never been out in Barnsley, but they say it's a good night out, and there's quite a lot of eateries. We've got Turkish, Greek, Italian, all sorts. That's the Salt House. Barnsley were built on the glass industry, coal mining and linen. That's the old public hall. Mainly empty now, still served by the council. That's the old cinema, and it's managing to stay open. There's a lot of coal mining towns and mill towns. Huddersfield, Wakefield, there's some really good architecture from back in the day. It's a pity that a lot of the town centres have gone to rack and ruin, which Barnsley seems to have pulled itself from that and got itself out at doldrums. But if you go out to the town centre into the suburbs like Grimethorpe, Goldthorpe, Thurnsker, it tells a different story. There's a lot of poverty and austerity in them areas. And in Goldthorpe, you can pick up a terraced house for under £10,000. A doer-upper. And something you can move into for 15, but yet from them terraced houses you can go around the corner and spend £250,000 on a new build. That courthouse, that used to be part of the old station, and the old railway track where we are now looking forward used to run from a line from where the station is here up there over to Huddersfield and Leeds, part of the old Hull railway. It's Barnsley Town Hall. I think it was built in the 1920s or 30s. It's a nice looking building. That's an old bank. Taken over by its solicitors, Riley's. That used to be the engineering college years ago. Then it went to Huddersfield University, and now Barnsley College have got it. That big building there with the red facade, that's Barnsley College as well. They've got campuses all over the place. Like most universities and colleges now, it's a money-making racket. That's my opinion anyway. My daughter got thousands and thousands of pounds in debt to get a degree, but the tuition and that was diabolical. To say you're spending all that money and you have 2 or 3 days lectures, sort of 4 hours a day, and then the rest of it you have to do on your own. Which, I mean, I'm not a university bod, so I don't know, I can't learn. We're reading out of a book. Oaks Colliery disaster, 1866. Dickie Bird giving the bird. If no one's into cricket, he used to be an umpire for cricket, and apparently he didn't really make any money till he wrote his autobiography, and then he became a millionaire and could buy his favourite car, a Jag. I don't know if you can see them, but the glass panels etched with the faces of the lads that went to war in the First World War and died, which I think is a really good tribute to the guys that fought from this town. There's one thing that doesn't get desecrated in the pit villages like Galthorpe, Thenscrew, Grimethorpe, is the memorial to the dead from the World Wars and the people that died in the mining disasters, because there were a lot of pit disasters and a lot of men died. This is a graveyard from church over there. There's stones on the floor. Some have been covered now with grass. Nice little quiet area. This building here is part of the old Beckett's Hospital, which was knocked down in the 80s and everything moved to Barnsley District Hospital. So they kept that and converted it into apartments, and these old folk flats were built on the old site of the Beckett's Hospital. This building here is the National Union of Coal Miners building. Once was Arthur Scargill's headquarters. There's a few statues here from mining disasters throughout Yorkshire and Barnsley. This monument was unveiled Wednesday 28th July 1983 by Arthur Scargill, president of the National Union Mine Workers, in the memory of those who have lost their lives in supporting their union in times of struggle.
David Jones, 24 years old, and Joe Green, 55 years old, both died on the picket line during the epic miners' strike against pit closures. I had to turn the audio off because of the gentleman's request, so I'm going to use my AI mate Dave. Sorry. The union is still active, even all these years after the pits closed. The National Union of Mine Workers continues to exist and actively works on issues related to the legacy of the coal industry and its former members. While deep coal mining is no longer a major industry in the UK, the National Union of Mine Workers focuses on areas like pensions, industrial diseases, concessionary fuel schemes, and welfare for former miners and their families, and works to ensure that agreements and benefits secured for miners are upheld and protected. The National Union of Mine Workers maintains an archive, which includes historical records and documents, and actively engages with the public, including school groups, to share the history of the coal mining industry and its impact. Some of the banners in this room are over 100 years old, two of them are from 1900 and 1907. The building was constructed in 1912 with contributions from the miners and families. The guy told me there was three things that happened in 1912: the building of this, Barnsley won the cup, and the sinking of the Titanic. Each banner represented a colliery. When Barnsley had the mayor's parade in the summer, or there was a local feast on, the people of the towns or villages would march behind the banners with the village brass band playing. The only brass band to come from the collieries still in existence is Grimethorpe Colliery Brass Band. There was a film made about this band called Brastoff.
That's where the miners' strike first started, Cotton Wood. I can remember getting one of them stickers when I were outside Roxy's going in. We put some money into a bucket for miners' strike. That's down out main pit. This is a plan map of Elsica and New Stubbing collieries. That's the emblem of Barnsley, the coal miner and the glass blower. Some old coal trucks. Part of Barnsley's heritage. So in that hall, for every seat were a delegate for the mining union. They had their own seat, and for every delegate it were 1,000 jobs roughly that were in the coal industry. That's on top and below, and it all went by 1992. Was the odd pit, which were privately owned, that still kept going up until the 2000s, but then all that closed down and we have to import coal now. It was the engineering college, actually technical college, back in the 60s and 70s. That's another building for Barnsley College and Sixth Form. This is on loan from the Wakefield Sculpture Park. Old Market Hill. And that's the Old Market Hill. Over there, one of Barnsley's finest, getting in some revenue for council. Bloke went to a bus station, went to Barnsley bus station He climbed on bus, he says to the bus driver, is this bus going to jump? He says, what do you think it is, a kangaroo? It's a bit busier now, it's 10 past 10. The proper branded shoes that's sold in market, because trading standards come down quite a lot to make sure it's not like Turkey or Spain. It's hard to make a living nowadays. No matter what shopping precinct, there's always a Turkish barber, a casino or gaming place, because there's 3 or 4 in this town centre, bookies, and they always do well, no matter how poor the area. Them Oasis t-shirts will be doing a good one, won't they? Summer of Oasis. We're back where we've been. Right, it's 10:15 and some of them have opened up now. Or starting to warm their ovens up. You've even got a seat to eat your Greggs in Barnsley Market. Now vans have cleared, I'll just get a picture of this, the cow and udder milk from Hills.